I like Star Wars. Chances are if you're watching this video, you probably like Star Wars. And chances are if you're my age, you probably grew up on the prequels. Yeah, we kinda got that middle sandwich, not the good type either. But it's alright, there's a lot of elements of the prequels I like, and they were my trilogy, so I'm gonna defend elements I like of them. So that's awesome. But ever since the new trilogy started under Disney and J.J. Abrams, a lot of people have accused Disney of more or less trying to ignore everything that happens in the prequels and literally try to pretend they didn't happen, which I don't think is true, but hey, accusation is accusation, and I think there's some valid criticism towards that because, well, they weren't necessarily received the best, so you don't want to call back to something that might bring back bad memories. Although there's a lot of things that they've said, and specifically things that relate to a character like Snoke, that might just bring everything back around to that era. Well, recently, when some interviewers caught up with J.J. Abrams and specifically asked him about the future of Star Wars and his involvement, this is what he had to say. Well, it's certainly something that I'm aware of now working on Episode 9. Coming back into this world after having done Episode 7, I feel like we need to approach this with the same excitement that we had when we were kids, loving what these movies were. And at the same time, we have to take it to them places that they haven't gone. And that's sort of our responsibility. But then in more interviews and other posts that we've seen online recently, Chris Terrio, who of course worked on Batman v Superman along with J.J. Abrams, is bringing us Episode 9. And what they've said is that this trilogy, and specifically Episode 9, is going to tie all three of the trilogies together, meaning the original trilogy, the prequels, and this brand new one. And this honestly makes a lot of sense to me. If you think about how they formulated the Star Wars trilogies, it's always about a Skywalker. So it's going to be 9 total movies in the main continuity, and hopefully they can wrap up the Skywalker saga up and then move on from there. Which, let's be real, if you're dealing with the whole Chosen One, Darth Vader, and how, he brought maybe peace, maybe the end, maybe the future of the whole Skywalkers and the ending of the Jedi and the Sith all into it, the balance to the Force, at some point you're going to have to go back to when he was a child or even mention those, which makes a lot of sense that they're going to have to touch upon all the trilogies, which I'm honestly excited about. Now, I don't know if they're going to have flashbacks or something, probably not, but at least they're keeping it in their mind that yes, those exist, we'll acknowledge them at some point, so don't worry about it. Which, honestly, is probably the best course of action. It'll make the least amount of people pissed. Although this is Star Wars and the fandom can get pissed for no reason, God knows I know that, so yeah, let me know how you guys feel.